All we want right now is to feel safe, to have clarity, and to get home.
Experts say hantavirus symptoms may not present for weeks.
I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but you have people on the media saying they got to do all this quarantine and all this old crazy stuff, right? Because it may take 6 weeks or so for it to show up in your system. But then the way they frame the ship is that as if people are simultaneously getting it and getting sick right there on the ship and dying. That means that this came from somewhere outside the ship. People are looking at this hat. Get you one of these hats. It says blessed. We got them in different colors on tatumstore.com, tatumstore.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to this crazy development of a cruise ship virus that's going out. And a part of me thinks, are they going to try to do another COVID-19, bro? Wait till you see the news reporting that I'm about to show you. Are they going to try to do this again? The bigger question is, are you going to fall for it again? Are y'all going to fall for this again? I'm going to tell you what, maybe I won't tell you my business model because I don't want nobody to steal it from me. I want to make $100 million with these nut jobs. If they want to play again, they want to make this about something, I get you liberals a mask if you want it. I get y'all $100 million worth of mask. Well, you can triple and quadruple mask. I will get it for you. All right, anyway, let's get to the reporting from this cruise ship. Roll it.
Tonight, the passengers trapped on a cruise ship, 3 dead now from a suspected virus breaking out. And this evening, we now know 17 Americans are among those trapped, and we hear from them. Here's Victor Akendo.
Tonight, with a suspected outbreak of hantavirus on a luxury cruise ship, 3 passengers are dead and another is in intensive care. Medics are now working to evacuate 3 people on board the Dutch-based ship, which has been refused permission to dock in Cape Verde off West Africa. Jake Rosemarin, one of 17 Americans trapped on board.
What's happening right now is very real for all of us here. We're not just a story. We're not just headlines. We're people. People with families, with lives, with people waiting for us at home.
Hantavirus is a rare but serious illness spread by exposure to rodents. It's the same virus that killed Gene.
Why they put him on there? I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but like, and nobody else had nothing to say. I almost laughed because the way he was talking, but I'm trying. This is a serious thing. People have died on this thing, and I don't know if his wife died from this. They both died. They both were found dead, and his wife died from that virus. See, they already playing with y'all. They finna start saying that people didn't die from this thing that didn't die for it, so they can run the whole game again. All of a sudden, they got, this one, wait till you hear how they report it. This one, normally you get sick from, these rat pooping droppings or whatever. And then they go, well, with this strand, it can go from person to person. How convenient. Then they go on to say that there's a incubation period or something of that nature, right? Where it sits dormant in your system and then you can have side effects 6 to 8 weeks later. What does that take? That's enough time for them to start building some bull crap between the time they talking about this ship and the time they get the propaganda to the TV. That's all I'm saying. 6 to 8 weeks before you see symptoms on something. What? I ain't never heard of a virus you take 6 to 8 weeks. That's a long time for you to get a symptom. They do it this time, it ain't gonna go well for them. All right, finish the clip.
Ackman's wife, Betsy Arakawa, last year.
There is no documented person-to-person transmission, but the risk is in the environment. Places like cabins, barns, or areas that are infested with rodents are considered high risk, and those are areas you want to avoid.
Tonight, passengers are being told to stay in their cabins.
All we want right now is to feel safe, to have clarity, and to get home.
Experts say hantavirus symptoms may not present for weeks. The cruise ship operator says they are working on medical care and screening for passengers.
All right, let's get to the next one. This is more of an update of what's going on currently right now. Roll it.
This morning, global health officials and those in the U.S. are racing to contain a deadly hantavirus outbreak as new cases emerge linked to that cruise ship in the Atlantic. KLM Airlines now saying one of the ship's passengers, who later died from the virus, boarded a flight in Johannesburg before crew members decided she was too sick to travel. Dutch health officials are now contacting the passengers who were on that plane. Meanwhile, Switzerland has confirmed a new case of the virus in a man who'd previously been on the ship, the first confirmed case in Europe. Here in the U.S., we learned overnight that people in at least 2 states, Arizona and Georgia, are being monitored. So far, no symptoms have been reported. The ship was initially carrying nearly 150 passengers and crew, including 17 Americans, but some passengers were allowed to leave the ship before the full extent of the outbreak was known. One passenger still on board was quoted by a Spanish newspaper saying 23 people disembarked at an earlier stop, adding there are 23 people wandering around there, and until 3 days ago, no one had contacted them. The World Health Organization.
I want y'all to look at how they framing this, right? I'm assuming that the ship wasn't what got people sick, right? Can we agree to that? Because they're claiming that the symptoms don't show up for 6 to 8 weeks. So that means you had it, and then by the time you die, it's after the period of time where the symptoms begin to be active in your body, right? Am I tripping? Are they saying that instantaneously when you get the virus, you die? Or are they saying that most of the time it takes weeks before it begins to affect your body where you see symptoms? If that is the case, then that means people done had it before they got on this boat for several weeks. I kind of doubt this boat has been out there for 8 weeks. So what they're doing is, I'm not saying they're doing, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but you have people on the media saying they got to do all this quarantine and all this so crazy stuff, right? Because it may take 6 weeks or so for it to show up in your system. But then the way they frame the ship is that as if people are simultaneously getting it and getting sick right there on the ship and dying. That means that this came from somewhere outside the ship. We shall see what happens. Maybe, just maybe, I'm playing devil's advocate. Maybe they'll say people got it from outside the ship, but now everybody's on the ship. They're passing it between the people. Maybe that's what it is. Let's go to the WHO. Roll it.
We have heard from quite a few people, on the boat. We just want you to know we are working with the ship's operators. We are working with the countries where you are from. We hear you. We know that you are scared, and we're trying to make sure that the ship has as much information as they can. As of today, 7 individuals of the 147 passengers and crew have been reported ill. Sadly, 3 have died. 1 patient is in intensive care in South Africa, although we understand that this patient is improving, while 2 patients are still on board the ship and are being prepared for medical evacuation to the Netherlands for treatment. The risk to general public is low. This is not a virus that spreads like flu or like COVID. It's quite different.
That's what they tell you today. What they gonna tell you tomorrow? What they gonna tell you during the midterms? What they gonna tell you when it comes close to the election? I'm just throwing it out there, man. It's one of those. It's another one of those things that make me feel suspicious. Here is the head, or the, I don't know, call him the spokesperson, the chairman of the WHO. Roll the clip.
Given the incubation period of the Andes virus, which can be up to 6 weeks, it's possible that more cases may be reported. While this is a serious incident, WHO assesses the public health risk as low.
All right, enough. I don't want to hear him no more. Y'all get the point. Let's get to this dummy that's going to make a lot of people rich. Come on, put him out there. Let me see what kind of mask I need to get, figure out how to get from overseas to sell these foods. Roll it.
Hey, if you're worried about the Hantavirus situation, wear a mask. Wear a respirator, even outside. This is a head strap one. This is an N95. There are also KN95s, which are just the ear loop ones. The tighter it is to your face, the better, which is why the head straps are a little bit more protective. It basically just creates like a seal to prevent air from coming in or escaping. You can also get these really cool little sip valves so you can drink without taking your mask off, also just reducing risk. We are like dying for more people to wear them.
Time out. You only can sip out of a straw. There's no way in the world you're gonna sip anything else from that little hole in the front. Come on. I hope they push these masks. I got to get with my team to see if we can find these so we can sell it to these blue-head devils. And they ain't gonna know it's coming from me. They just gonna be buying them. Come on. Let y'all keep getting afraid of this crazy stuff and buy these masks.